Are things shifting for you? Maybe you've lost your job, or maybe it's time to retire. Or if you're a bit younger, maybe the kids are leaving the nest. In all three cases, you might be wondering, now what? Well, it's not the end of the book, my friends. It's just a different chapter. It's time for you to turn the page. Hey, Dory here, mentor and motivator, to give you some tips and inspiration today to let you know that yes, you can reinvent yourself and rise up at any age. I've reinvented myself more times than I can count, in fact. 4 businesses that have been totally different from one another because they all fit a different season and they allowed me to use different gifts. I've worked with many people who, like me, created a business from their hobbies. So maybe it's time to think about what could you do in this season. It could be something completely different than what you were doing before, and that's okay. So 4 things you need to think about, and they all begin with the letter P. You might want to write this down. Number 1, think about possibilities. Make a list of all your strengths. I've done this recently and came up with quite a few, so you might be surprised at how many strengths you actually have that you might have even discounted because you thought they were no big deal. For example, I have the gift of encouragement. It's not something you'd put on a resume necessarily, but it does come in handy, and it has been a big part of all 4 of my businesses to help people rise up, move forward, and rock the next stage of their lives. Number 2, think about your priorities. What's most important to you? What are your non-negotiables? You know, as we get older, many of us want more time to travel, more time to spend with family and friends. You don't have to be working 24/7 and just hustling until you can get a new business or a new endeavor off the ground. Yes, it takes a lot of work in the beginning, but once you set your priorities and your boundaries, it makes things a lot easier and it doesn't stress you out as much. Number 3, purpose. Do you have a cause or a certain population that you would like to work with? Or is there something that's tugging at your heartstrings? Something that you would like to change? Maybe you're thinking, well, maybe somebody else will do that. Well, guess what? Maybe that someone is you. It might be time to start a nonprofit, a ministry, or a business that gives back. All right, last but not least, profit. You're probably wondering, Dory, why did you save this for last? Obviously, you have to make money so that you can pay your bills. Well, my question for you is this: can you create something that is not only fun and using your gifts, but also that people will pay for? You have to consider that. I've thrown more ideas and courses out there that I thought were a great idea, but it's not a great idea if no one wants to buy it. So you have to think about that, and that would involve some market research. Really easy to do, so don't get discouraged. I have worked with many people who are in transition in their careers, and what happens is their job becomes their identity. So it's so hard for them to make a shift. Even some of us who have been in businesses that the season ended, it's really hard to let go sometimes. But you have to realize that your identity is not tied to that business or that career. You're a child of God. That's the only identity you need to know. And then you just take the gifts and talents that God gave you and find a way to bless others. Any questions? Give me a shout. Dory at nextstagedrumming.com.